Before I start, I would like to apologise for these notes. It was less than a week ago that I knew I would be appearing here, and in that time I had to write this, decorate a kitchen, organise a pensioners' trip to Brighton and Hove Greyhound Stadium, and play 3 rounds of golf. Now, you may well be wondering exactly what I'm doing here tonight. I can assure you, you're not alone. I admit I have in the past indulged in some humorous verse and rambling monologues, but as you'll soon see, it's usually for my own amusement. And this was my first musical soiree. I must admit though, I do actually come from a very musical family, as even our sewing machine was a singer. I apologise for that one, it's a bit of an old favourite, but I do believe it did originate in the 1940s. But it is actually true, both the sewing machine and my family. One of my sisters played the euphonium in the school orchestra, though at the time the instrument weighed more than she did. And my brother did start to learn to play the violin, but unfortunately that was cut short by neighbours' numerous complaints to the RSPCA. As a youngster though, I do remember a piano in the house, but our childish attempts were less than melodic, and I do believe we had more fun trying to slam the lid down on each other's fingers, which I believe goes some way to explaining why I was 12 years old before I could tie my own shoelaces. And I believe helps to explain my mother's partial deafness. She was there on the night, but I wouldn't tell them how old she was. If they did want to know, all they had to do was go up and say hello. I wasn't being cruel there, I did run it past her earlier, and she seemed fine with it. Though I doubt she actually heard what I was saying. But back to the music. I did once appear in a school choir at Portsmouth Guildhall. Our whole class was the choir, as the form master was the music teacher. Though when we got there, I was asked to stand at the back and mime. I do believe the scars from that painful experience still exist today. As even now, I still can't bring myself to sing Bessie Was a Black Cat. Though at times of great stress, I do mime it to myself. These days my singing is limited to my car and the odd alcohol-fuelled occasion. On Christmas Day while cooking the dinner, my version of Bing Crosby's White Christmas gets something of an airing, as it keeps people out of the kitchen and stops them from interfering. There was once a drunken karaoke attempt in a pub in Petersfield Square, just across the road. My rendition of Mona Lisa, that's Nat King Cole's version of course, was I thought going quite well. Nobody had left the pub. And at the end, when reluctantly handing back the microphone, the compere thanked me with, "Cheers mate, classic karaoke." Which, at the time, I thought to be something of a compliment. Subsequently thinking about it, I wasn't too sure. And my worst fears were justified when my next attempt in a pub in London, when following the abandonment of a cricket match and numerous refreshments, led to an impromptu karaoke. And after my Nat King Cole classic, I clearly heard the disdainful comment, "Bloody hell, Johnny won though." So I decided to leave the singing to all the singers. But to finish off, I was trawling through a list of popular songs of the 1940s, top 100. So as to get a flavour for the show, I came up with this musical journey. I had hoped that they all had been doing their homework. I will say that it's song titles used, and if anyone can guess exactly how many song titles there are in this, then if you'd like to approach me later and have a guess, and if you are right, then I'll be more than happy for you to buy me a drink. Okay, this is called A Musical Journey. On a foggy day in London town, I heard a nightingale sing in Berkeley Square. Then as I lay my head on my pillow, I had the craziest dream. Swinging on a star, somewhere over the rainbow, all the way to deep in the heart of Texas, the Chattanooga choo-choo pulls into Tuxedo Junction, just in time to take the A train over the Brooklyn Bridge to Autumn in New York. After sundown, by the light of the silvery moon, the band played on, and I was feeling bewitched, bothered and bewildered, and remembering the days of wine and roses, the good life, and my funny Valentine. Though some say the lady is a tramp, she was forever young at heart and always in the mood. 5 minutes more and my daydream took me to April in Paris, and I was cruising down the river, blue skies following me. And as time goes by, that old man river takes me body and soul on a sentimental journey to some enchanted evening. And with that old black magic and the very thought of you among my souvenirs of a string of pearls and baubles, bangles and beads. And then I wake to, oh, what a beautiful morning, and realise I'd had the craziest dream. Thank you very much.